the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 97 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. Mayfield off the play fake. And it's caught by Hooper. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
First down, Mayfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Tyus Bowser with a pick. And the Ravens are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Going deep here for Watkins. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record. 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes, someone delivering it accurately, offensive line giving him time to throw the ball. A true team record, but he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Peoples-Jones returning. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
Mayfield's throw into the hands of Hooper. Now the ball comes loose. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
7 yards, the pick up there. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 22. 45 yards rushing for him now. And he's only carried the ball 4 times. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outside. Skirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Shreds him with a stick. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. 22 yards for Nick Chubb. And the Browns are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. With the extra point, and they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Down. After the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Malik Jackson forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
The Ravens on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Going deep here for Watkins. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. It's a big play there for Baltimore. A good grab by the Clemson native there, Sammy Watkins, Charles.
And he doesn't have every measurable that you look for in a receiver, but you can't deny the...
And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 43 yards. And the Ravens continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. And they'll try to run it in with Dobbins. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Peoples-Jones returning. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Sammy Watkins, the intended target. On 3rd down, Jackson going for it all. And that'll make it 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. Boy, a call like this certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. And Jackson throwing once more. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
133 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. A 1st down throw for Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
And well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
A run for Nick Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Mayfield this time gets it off to Chubb. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, That'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He connected on his first, this from 41. And Parkey's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Now Sammy Watkins and the rest of the offense getting set to go again. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the second quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught.
Prime time, baby.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Sammy Watkins, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Jackson going to run. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And the option play works on the 2-point try. What'd you think of the call?
I like the call. What you're worried about, though, is if the defense blitzes the play. And if they do, what your answer is, the option. Why? If they blitz it, the quarterback has a chance to get rid of it to a trailing back. That one worked pretty well there.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Browns drive about to get started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Mayfield. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Crochet on the return. And good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Now we see Sammy Watkins getting ready to go again on offense. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him?
Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. It's a big play there for Baltimore.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. Partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. Looking for the end zone. Open man Watkins. Touchdown, Baltimore. Sammy Watkins there to make the grab. And the Ravens are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. Jackson here is going to look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. One of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friends.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't come.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing again on second down. Mayfield. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Rashard Higgins, 44 yards. And the Browns able to get this one back to within at least some measure of respectability. Parkey adds the extra point, and they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. The return is Duvernay. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Jackson on first down. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is this horoscope ball?
And the ball is knocked out, and the Ravens have got it. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He's going to look deep for Watkins. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 56 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They'll try and throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Mayfield, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Throwing on second and long, Mayfield. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now Mayfield lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. And, boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also a 2-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. Pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top, go for 2 now while their heads are down.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Peoples-Jones, now a hit and a loose football. And the Ravens have got it. So they take the deficit into the lockers. You know they had plans to receive the football. A nice drive, instead a fumble on the kickoff.
And that can be demoralizing right there because, as you pointed out, they had designs on coming in.
Touchdown! It's complete. Sammy Watkins. He flat out can't be stopped.